Let's play some Umineko. Let me see. I think. Let me go into my log. Is there a log? Yeah, backlog. Because I think stream went out last Umineko. Or was it? I forget if it was. Hold on. Let me check something real fast. I'm pretty sure the last Umineko stream there was like internet connection issues, or was it? My grip of time is very terrible. Okay, no, it's fine. Anyway. Thank you for the head pats, Overtaker. Thank you. Okay. Anyway. Natsu has a gun. That's not very good. Perhaps it is only natural. It may not be my place to say it, but I think we should all relax as much as possible. How are we gonna relax with a killer on the loose? Ava, I think we better cool our heads too. The receipt's definitely a big clue for figuring out how father disappeared. So yeah, Ava like accused Natsuki of being like the person that killed everyone last time, because she said she put a receipt on the door and that she only noticed it like having fallen after Natsuki talked to their dad. But there's also the possibility that Ava planted that to like make Natsuki look suspicious. Either way, those two have been on my suspicion radar since the start, so I don't know. Ava, I really don't know who I think is the actual killer here. I keep flip-flopping, because I could definitely see Natsuki killing them, but I could also see Ava killing them too. Especially since her husband isn't dead or anything. Meanwhile, Natsuki's husband is dead. But I also get why Natsuki would want to kill her husband too, so I don't know, man. It's all just magic. We should tell the police about it when they come. That's right. Right. I just felt a little triumphant when I figured out that part with the receipt. Of course, it isn't fair to only suspect Natsuki Nesan, right? You're just as suspicious. Yes, you are, Ava. But still, Butler-kun? At least the part about the receipt is real, okay? Don't forget it. Oh my god! Thank you for subscribing much! Oh my god, 6 months. Thank you so much! Thank you! Also, god, Ava's saying, like, at least the part about the receipt is real, okay, don't forget it. Like, it feels so... I don't know. Ava... I just don't trust her. Yeah, 6 months. Let's go. Half a year. Dang. Thank you so much. Try thinking deeply about what it means one more time, okay? Yeah, I'll flip the chessboard for like the 5th time. Aunt Ava and Uncle Hideyoshi stood up. It looked like they planned on leaving the parlor. In the end, it's pointless for us to keep playing detectives. After all, the police will reveal everything anyway. Are you sure they will? I think everyone here is gonna die before the police come. That's right. Even if we don't play this detective game, the typhoon will pass. Oh, thank you for the head bats. The typhoon will plaster us against the wall. Oh! Here's the bunny ears. Whoop whoop! And when those lively seagulls return to the harbor, everything will settle itself. I don't know if the seagulls will return, but they will definitely cry. That's right. If you think about it, this kind of crime is completely trivial. Bunny ears, woody woody woody. Benoit. It will definitely be resolved. Even if we do nothing. When the seagulls cry, hey! Name drop! I had a feeling that was coming. When he started talking about fucking seagulls. Umineko no naku koro ni. They said the thing! Roll the credits! Natsuki-san, I take it you don't want to see my face anymore? I feel the same. If I remember correctly, yesterday, we had some rooms prepared for us in the mansion so that we wouldn't need to go back to the guest house, right? And those should each have a bath and a toilet, as well as a lock and a chain to secure the door. There's even a bed to lie on, and my husband will be able to watch TV without having to fight with Maria-chan over which channel to watch, right? Is it even possible that they can get, you know, like cable or anything with this whole situation? Seagulls are scary. They are. See, the thing with seagulls is I always get scared that they're gonna poop on me. Like, if I walk to work and I see, like, a seagull up in the sky, I'm like, oh, better not be underneath them, because I'm always scared of them pooping. Because I've always seen, like, in, like, cartoons or, like, TV shows, someone getting pooped on by seagulls, and it looks like the worst thing ever. Damn, she's still holding that gun, huh? Yeah. Do whatever you want. Make sure to be cautious. Oh yeah, we're on original image. Today's an original image day. Thank you, Miss-san. And mind your own business. Damn, okay. I'll be counting on you to keep an eye on everyone, okay? Because the culprit is definitely here. And Miss-san, make sure you don't forget to keep an eye on yourself, too. Have you finished taking your parting shots? Seagulls, I'm scared because in the city I live in, they get ravenous about food and will swarm a poor person. Oh jeez. Sounds like a... what do they call it? The magpies. The magpies here are terrible for that. Yes, I'm finished. See you, Natsune-san. Genji-san, let us know when it's time for dinner. Until then, we'll lock ourselves in with the chain. Yeah, magpies are scary too. Magpies are terrifying. The fact that they can remember and like if they hate you, that memory of you will even be passed down to like their children and stuff. That's terrifying. Whenever I see a magpie, I just get nervous. I don't want to be around magpies. Genji, Kanon. Escort them to the guest room. We'll be fine. Their entire bloodline hates you, yeah. Yeah, Corvids can be scary if you anger them. They really can. Like, can you imagine getting decapitated by a Shushin Bill? I hate shady escorts. In fact, I'd be more comfortable if nobody leaves this room until we reach ours. Damn, okay. Let's go, George. I'll stay here with everyone. George! The culprit is in this room. Do you plan on staying in a place like that? Leaving this room would be the same as suspecting one of my relatives. Okay, George's just a great guy. I may have had like a little of an antagonistic streak with him over, you know, my upsetness that he had a certain someone to marry, but George is cool. I'm still jealous over Shannon, but it's fine. I can't believe anyone in our family is capable of something that horrible. George! Elliot will never get over the marriage proposal. George, darling, you tell him too. George is already an adult man. If his code tells him not to leave this room, then it's up to him. Let him do what he wants. Father. Aunt Ava and Uncle Hideyoshi left. The only voice that called after them was the sound of the rain. Welp. The parlor was being buried beneath the savage atmosphere. Also, okay, maybe I'm just reading into this too much. But let's say I'm the parent of my child, right? And I know that there is a murderer on the loose. That it's someone in the house, even. And I want my child to come with me into our room so that I can keep him safe. And he says, I do not want to go into the room. I do not want to suspect my family members. It feels a little weird personally that Ava was just like, okay. Like, I get like she's not in the position to really like persuade George at this point. But if that was my kid, I'd be fighting a bit more to have my kid go with me into a safe room when he's probably in a room with someone that murdered like 6 people, you know? So my thought is maybe Ava is the murderer and that's why she wasn't as, what is the word, like, vocal about it. But maybe Ava's just a terrible person, I don't know. I mean, this family is dysfunctional as fuck. When I looked at the clock, I was surprised to find that it was already even evening. Had we really spent that much time worrying about the needless things, talking with each other, fighting with each other? Feeling bored, I started scratching at my head when Maria and I made eye contact. I was a little surprised since I thought she was completely immersed in the TV. I believe it now. The letter, the murders, everything. It was all Beatrice. Ayo? In fact, I almost feel like begging her to come out and take credit for it all. I want it to be the work of the 19th person. Otherwise, the 18 of us will have to keep on suspecting each other. I think believing in a 19th person is better than that. Bringing grandfather outside without opening the doors or windows must be a piece of cake for Beatrice, right? Maria, after taking a single short breath, hung her head and then raised her face again. That's right! What can it do is useless against a witch? Beatrice is familiar with all 72 demons. Oh, the demons of the Goetia? The 33rd rank, Gop, gives the power to instantly carry the desired person to any location. To her, taking a person out of any closed room isn't hard at all, you see? Witches sure are incredible. Tell her, if she feels like committing another crime, do it in a way that no human could. Make me believe that a 19th person, no, a witch, exists. I feel bad for him. Like, He doesn't believe in Beatrice, but no, it's just like, it's really fucked up, so he wants to believe in it, but it's too realistic, so he can't. Okay. If I meet her, I'll tell her. Come on, Beatrice. Crap. Things made sense to me for a while now. Just when I want to believe in the 19th person, I deny it. And just when I want to believe there are only 18 people, I deny that too. Even though I want there to be more than just the 18 people here, I can't accept the existence of that 19th person. In short, even though there are more than 18 people, there are less than 19 people. The number of people in this mansion is... Oh, don't do math, please! 19x18? What does that mean? So the number of people can't be represented by an integer. No! No math! However, it's impossible for there to be anything after the decimal point. No! Oh god, Battler is so stressed he's whipping out algebra. Please don't, Battler, you're hurting my head. I shouldn't be able to show the number of people with anything but an integer. And yet, 19x18, I don't even know how to say this. How do you explain the fraction less than 1? I don't know, I'm not Twi. It's no wonder. That 19th person was something that couldn't be seen. 19 is greater than x is greater than 18. Okay. That's why, since you can only write the number of people as an integer, you couldn't see that person. That which cannot be seen. Because Beatrice has no body. Therefore, she is invisible. It's like Hunter x Hunter, where you don't say the X, obviously. Hi, Elio. Your next words are, oh, hi, Twi. I didn't say anything yet, Twi. But yes, welcome, Twi. We're doing math, your favorite activity. Is there a 19th person? Or not? Does the witch exist or not? How is 19 greater than x greater than 18? So like x is like 18.5? And no one told me? I'm sorry. Yeah, can you solve this? Why 18 is greater than x is greater than 18? 19 is greater than x is greater than 18. Which exists somewhere in that X. What is she, like half a person? Battler just said it can't be a decimal. Honestly, I feel like he's trying too hard to be smart. Yeah, this boy definitely didn't get an A in calculus, right? He can't be smarter than me. Schrodinger's witch. Alternatively, it should be greater than or equal instead of greater than. Is it like when you have the little line under it? Does that make it equal? The uncomfortable atmosphere continued even after those two left. It was thick with the idea that simply thinking about the culprit's identity would be the same as deciding whom to suspect. Yeah. Ooh, I remember math. It had begun to feel like discussion of the case was itself taboo. So no one mentions the case, at least out loud. It would be true there are either 18 people or 19. Yeah, it's so funny how the people in this game just don't consider the fact that this is an island as much. Like they've considered it a few times, but they're like, oh, there's no way no one else is on this like unexplored island. All that we could say aloud made our heads feel like they were gonna explode. So, at least on the outside, the parlor had once again regained its calm mood. Everything was left unsettled. It feels like the rain's gotten a little lighter. Still pouring down. Even if it did stop, there's no boat on this island. We can just go swim out. We'll be like Aoyasuhina's brother. But it'd be nice if the boat came quickly tomorrow. The rain's gotten a little lighter. The rain smokes. I've had enough of this Western Mansion vacation. The rain went on a diet. That's why it got a little lighter. Mom, when will the boat come tomorrow? Normally, the boat to take them back would arrive at 3 o'clock today. They probably sent us a phone call to say that they would come after the typhoon passed, but unfortunately, the phones aren't working. But they aren't children over there. They were told to both drop off and collect our guests. So they will most likely arrive first thing tomorrow morning. Probably about 9 o'clock, I believe. The boat will come tomorrow, child. Are you sure about that? It was completely black outside. When I looked at the clock, I realized that it was just past 7 o'clock. Dang. I was starting to get hungry. There ain't Goda around to make us dinner anymore, but that's fine. I'm glad he's not here anymore. In the kitchen, Kumasawa was cooking enthusiastically. Eat legs. She had laid out a variety of dishes, and while they didn't match the level of Goda's artful cooking, they were still quite gorgeous. Who cares? Even if he has really good food, I ain't gonna eat his food. I hate his ass. Kumasawa is great. I love her. I'd eat anything she cooked, even if it was poisoned. It was an act of kindness from Kumasawa, who was trying to enliven everyone's low spirits with some food. Kumasawa wasn't nearly as talented as a professional cook like Goda, but she was far from unskilled. She cooks with love, so that's more important. I'm worried about Elio's future. Why? On the contrary, since she had been brought up in a fishing village, the simple food she created was something highly praised. I want some fish. Salmon sounds really good right now. Smoked salmon, oh. Kanon arranged the food Kumasawa had finished creating on plates under her direction. Poison can be tasty if you don't read the warnings, yeah. You can do that thing where, like, you eat poison and you're like, oh, this ain't poison, this is candy. And then maybe your brain can just cancel out the poison. Like, isn't there, like, a thing that talks about that? Like, if you think that something is poisonous, even if it's not poisonous, you can still suffer from negative effects. Oh, you want this apple seed pie? Yeah, the placebo effect, yeah. I'm gonna reverse placebo effect. Feed me poison, and I'm gonna placebo effect myself into not getting poisoned. Simple as. It's quite that simple. Kanon also helped in the kitchen sometimes, but since he was rarely placed in that role, he was slightly awkward, even though he tried his best. Self-conscious about the fact that he couldn't cleverly arrange the food, Kanon's expression darkened slightly. But Kumasawa smiled as though everything was fine. But your brain knows it's poison, though. Well, I'll just have to bash my brain in, so I don't think about it as poison, then. It's arranged beautifully. Kanon-kun, aren't you skilled? If I had been Shano-ne-san, it would look even more beautiful. Kanon stopped arranging the food for a bit and hung his head. Shannon was the one who always assisted Kumasawa in her cooking. I'll return Elio the favor with the bat yesterday. Thank you. If I get poisoned, just bonk me over the head so I don't get poisoned. Tonight, Kanon was doing it instead. Elio is gonna break a wall. And as he remembered Shannon's face and her brutal end, he grimaced. Forget that for now. Easy, GG! Genji spoke kindly to Kanon as he advanced a pawn. Manjo had escaped from the parlor once the mood had grown sour, and Genji had become his opponent in a game of chess upon Manjo's request. Yes. I will forget it for now. Indeed. That is probably for the best. Genji purposefully refrained from facing Kanon as he spoke. He did so because he understood that it might make things tougher on Kanon if he noticed that someone was looking at his eyes. Manjo also understood that and held back any thoughtless words. I wonder where Kinjo-san has gone. Me waiting for someone to get murdered. I mean, 6 people already got murdered, Battler. It takes time. It takes time for the body count to increase. But when it does, oh baby. I hope that he is safe, but I do not know. However, I believe everything has proceeded as the master had hoped and arranged for. To distrust that would exceed my role as furniture in service to the master. Yeah, it takes time for murder to be this artful. Or to complete the demonic ritual. Not sure whether it's murder or magic. Or magic murder. I think Elio did it. What? Me? How could I ever? What would even make you think I could ever commit murder? I'm frightened that something bad will occur again tonight. I have nothing to be afraid of. I serve the Yoshida Miya family, and that is all. Manjo sighed through his nose and made a carefully considered move. Elio is magical. It's always the innocent looking ones. Oh, then it's not Elio. Hey! What's that supposed to mean? I don't look innocent? Manjo was slightly dubious. Could Genji possibly be thinking that he'd be left out of this? I couldn't even imagine what was happening inside this mansion. If you know what I mean, why are you asking for clarification? Twice! Remember when Elio lost their bank card? Couldn't be them. I'm still not over that. I was so freaked out, and it was just on the floor under something. God. I'm asking for clarification though, because I just can't believe you would ever think that about me, Twi, after all we've been through. But he definitely couldn't deny the possibility that Kinzo had devised something. Vindicated. If you liken this island to chess, Kinzo had opened the game, and as a result, 6 pieces had been defeated. Could it be that Genji was calm because he believed he alone was on the outside of the chessboard and therefore safe? Oh wait, it was just on the floor. I remember that it had been stolen, but I didn't realize it was just on the floor. Yeah, so the thing was, it was near my desk area, and I have a miniature fridge under my desk, and because of the miniature fridge, I also have like a little elevated like wooden like cutout to go underneath it, just in case. And it was underneath the wooden thing. Like, I guess maybe I slid my foot around while it was on the floor without realizing, and I slipped it under the wooden thing. Manjo thought about it, saying that he could in fact commit murder. I mean, anyone can commit murder if they try hard enough. Just because I can doesn't mean I would. Isn't everyone just a piece on this chessboard lined up equally without any exceptions? Wasn't even Genji who had gained more of Kinzo's trust than anyone? No. He was confident of his position as Kinzo's only close friend. Just another one of the pieces laid out on the chessboard. The chess has 16 pieces on both sides. Does that mean there's 32 people on the island? Dang, that's a lot more than we thought there were, huh? That's a way of losing your card. Most people don't say I can commit murder, but that doesn't mean I would. I mean, it's true. Anyone can commit murder if you try. Like, anyone can get a gun, anyone can get a weapon. But that doesn't mean you can't, that you should. Or that you would, but it's still possible. Genji-san. I am truly frightened about tonight. I hope with all my heart that we will still be safe when tomorrow morning comes. Dang, that's rough, buddy. The guest room Ava and Hideyoshi moved into had originally been built to house guests before the guest house's construction. Still sus on Elio, they're too childlike. No, I'm not! So until a few years ago, they had stayed in these rooms every family conference and were very familiar with them. I can commit murder if I do the... Oh, you can't commit murder if I do the bees come into effect. The bees? The bees? The bees! This room was just like a room at a hotel with a bedroom and a bathroom. So even though they were still shut in, it was far more comfortable than the parlor. Elio childlike. Children aren't nearby 24/7, right? Guess it's true you can relax more when you're alone with your family. I hate to admit it, Twi, but you're right. Maybe it'd be better if everyone else also sets themselves in guest rooms and lock the doors. God, that just Okay, that reminded me of another thing that happened at work. So there was like this couple that came up, and I am the cashier. What did you do? I didn't do anything! There was a couple, and they came up, and they ordered, and I think, I don't know, there's just like a way when people talk where you're like, oh, is this person like drunk, or is this person like high or something? Like, there's just a certain way people talk when you talk to them where you're just like, eh? And anyway, I like took their order, and like, the husband was like, he was like questioning me how old I was, and I just was honest, and I just told him how old I was, and he was like freaking out about it, and he was like, I thought you were 15 years old, and then in my head I'm like, 15 years old, and then like, he was just like, how do I describe it? Well, he kept like being like, oh, I bet people like, I bet people say that to you all the time, and like, I'm like trying my best not to like roll my eyes or like say anything in my tone, but I'm very annoyed because yes, this happens like every other day. And so I'm like, yeah, it happens like every other day. And then he's like, oh, that's so good though. That's so good though. It's so good that you look like you're a 15-year-old. And I'm like, no, it's not. No, it's not. Oh, thank you for the head pad, Smoggy. Would a child feed you poison? Tell you it's only poison if you think about it. Yeah, why do people keep saying that? I don't know. It's so weird. It keeps happening. Yeah, when I hear the water tornado, I'm like, is he drunk? Oi, yeah. Like, there was like that one time, like, what was it? It was like a couple of weeks ago where I had just 2 people. Like, one after the other. Like, very first, like, 45 minutes of my shift being creepy to me about how young I look, and I'm just like, why is it always people say like that you're lucky to look like a minor? And I'm just like, I don't get it. Like, I get like old people want to look young and stuff, but it's just creepy. Like, I would rather look like I'm 18 or 20, you know? So, like, people saying that when I look like I'm a minor is just weird. It's just weird. Like, I don't get it. Anyway, sorry about that. Super weird. Yeah, it's really, like... And they're always like, oh, it'll be better when you're older. And I'm like, I am 202 years old. I am older already. I'm tired of it. I am sick and tired of it. People confuse me for a different ethnicity always. God, I actually got like mistaken by my Lyft driver as being Filipino, and I'm like, what? Like, I don't think I look Filipino at all, which is very funny. I'm sure no one will be able to talk back. She's always been treated so coldly, so now that Nissan's dead, she's getting excited about finally having so much power. It'll be better when you're older. Child, when I was young, your great-grandpa wasn't even born. Look at me. I'm Mexican. Look at this caramel-ass skin. Yeah, I'm just waiting for the time for someone that is younger than me to be like, oh, you'll be lucky when you're older. And I'm like, bitch, I'm older than you. It's always like people in their 40s or 50s that say it. But I'm just waiting for like a 20-year-old to say it. And for me to be like, bitch, I'm older than you. Shut the hell up. Seriously, how shameless can she be? Come now, don't say that. Nazi-san's doing pretty well. No need to jump on her like that, clear slow Elio. You'll be lucky when you're older. Fuck you! I'm older than you, asshole! I've been on this godforsaken planet longer than you, punk. I've been here before you were even a twinkle in your mother's eye. And about that receipt earlier, you went too far. Was that satisfying, Elio? No. Oh, I like this expression. I don't think I've seen this expression before on Ava. It looks like such a gentle smile. I don't know. I haven't seen her look this gentle. Come on, if I hadn't said it there wouldn't be another good time to say it. Ava sulked cutely and looked at the television, sat alongside Hideyoshi, who was laying on the bed. Okay, but that doesn't justify giving yourself head pats for so long. Fuck you, I do what I want. I will give myself head pats. Oh, or maybe not. You will give me head pats. Still, we haven't been alone like this for quite some time. I've only entered my second decade of life. I hate beer. Yeah, I still don't get why people like beer. It don't even taste good. You're right. Come to think of it, both you and I have gotten pretty old. I gave him the head pats. Ellie was a good murderous bean. Since George was born, everything's gone by in the blink of an eye. It really has. I wonder if we were too hasty in having a child. Eva's eyes looked like they were staring off into the distance. Yes, she had thought of it as a once-in-a-lifetime chance. Oh. Her older brother, Cross, had been unable to father a child for quite some time. Oh, thank you. Okay, I just lowered the audio. Yeah, I don't drink at all because I can't down anything taste-wise. Yeah. I can't have wine and I can't have beer. I can have vodka, though. I do like vodka, but I'd rather just not have alcohol. Like, it can taste good sometimes. If it's, like, really fruity or really chocolatey, like, mixed with stuff. But when I have that stuff, I'm just like, why can't I just have it without the alcohol? You know? Both you and I have gotten pretty old. No, I'd say you got ugly old. Also, hold on, for some reason my camera's been crashing a lot lately. Let me try and fix this. I think I need to buy like a new camera or something. Like, I guess like the wire might be getting a little, I don't know. Six years passed after his marriage to Natsuhi without any signs of pregnancy, which didn't please Kinzo at all. I only tried it once. My liver ain't built for it. It's really fruity. You like your drinks like you like yourself. Oi! Someone's been gnawing on the wire, not me. Maybe I'm just gnawing on it without realizing it. Rabbits do that. Ava herself had thought that, since her name would be moved outside the Ushidamiya register when she got married anyway, it didn't matter whether a successor to the headship was born or not. And then, one day, she had a heavenly revelation. Now you want rabbit stew? No! No! No rabbit stew! No! How about a battered day soup? That sounds really good right now. I think I'm gonna have myself a battered day soup. Or maybe it was the whisperings of the devil that she had listened to in her greed. If she could give birth to a successor first, wouldn't she be able to remain in the Yoshida-miya register? If things went well, might she have a chance to inherit the Yoshida-miya family herself? When she proposed this to Hideyoshi, he had approved of it instantly. I'm pretty edible. What's wrong with Stuart the Lagomorph? He's my cousin. I don't like him. This wasn't because Hideyoshi also had greedy thoughts. For Hideyoshi, who had no close relatives, there was a chance for him to feel once more the long-forgotten thing called family. Ava got really lucky with Hideyoshi. Hideyoshi is a really good husband. I'm ugly and edible. I have enough. Let's go. Hey! Don't you bonk me. Is that like the movie Stuart Little? Yeah. So when they got married, he hadn't fussed over which last name they were to keep, and had quickly agreed to have his name entered in the Yoshida Miya family register. It's a love bonk. If I bonk you, it's gonna be a bonk to put you in my stew. It hadn't been easy to persuade Kinzo, but as his daughter, Ava knew Kinzo's personality well. Is it still loud? By the way, I turned it down, but is it still loud? So, by choosing the time when Kinzo was most dissatisfied with Natsuhi, she was magnificently able to make him accept Hideyoshi as an adopted son-in-law. Yeah, it's a bit wee loud? Okay. Turn it down some more. Just a smidge. Thank you. Better use the right seasonings. Don't worry, I got... God. Hold on. There's like this seasoning that my family has, and I remember the name of it was really funny. Hold on, I'm gonna see if I can find the seasoning just so because I can't remember the name of it. But I remember seeing it and thinking, who names their seasoning this? Hold on. I just remember, maybe I can Google it. But there's like this one seasoning, but I feel like if I look it up, it'll just be chicken seasoning. Like it's got like a chicken on the bottle, and its like name is really funny. Like this shit be fucking boppin', or something like that. And it's not like chicken seasoning, so it's like just mixed, like multi-purpose seasoning. But I don't remember the name of it, and I can't find it. Oh, but thank you for the hydrate, Overtaker! Yeah, it's a GameCube loud. Not even a GameCube loud, only a Nintendo Entertainment System loud. Not the salt and pepper mumbo jumbo. It's a DS light amount of loud. Love this new VTuber that doesn't move or speak at all. Is it from Goya? Hold on, let me see. Goya seasoning? No. It has a chicken on the packaging, and like it's not like a detailed chicken. It's like a silhouette of a chicken, and it's got a really funny name. Looking at Hideyoshi, who had achieved success after starting from nothing, Kinzo might have seen a little bit of himself. What? I missed what happened. I saw a weird Donkey Kong on top. Eh? Weird Donkey Kong? Yeah, I couldn't find the seasoning. So, I guess I'll write down a note of it whenever I see it again, whenever my family uses it. He quickly grew to like Hideyoshi and approved his transfer into the Yoshida Miya register. Oh, you sent it to me? Let me see. Oh my god, I love it. God, the Donkey Kong animation just has the best facial expressions, I swear to God. We need more eras. Again, we need another era of Nintendo TV shows. Like, I get we still got Pokemon and stuff, but we need more of this. We need more of this. Are you looking at the Canadian TV show? Oh yeah, yeah. Like, we used to have like Kirby and Donkey Kong. It appears I am late. Oh, welcome, dwarf. Yeah, you're... Mandragora! You're here right in time for some Donkey Kong. If I recall, the first couple seasons were mo-capped. Oh, really? So Pokemon really doesn't count, yeah. It kinda does and it kinda doesn't. Since it's not... And a lot of people count it as Nintendo, but it's not fully Nintendo. It's complicated. Donkey Kong's VA and that is such a good singer. I want that. When are we getting another Donkey Kong game? When are we getting another Donkey Kong game? All we had for Switch so far has been Tropical Freeze port. Where's another Donkey Kong? Retro Studios games are so good. Where are the games? Yeah, that's what the screen grab is from. A demo of the mocapping. Oh, really? Donkey Kong is on vacation? Come back, Donkey Kong. We need you. We need you. When's Donkey Kong 64 2? Thank you for the blessing. Bless you, sneeze like a kid. Thank you. Yeah, Donkey Kong 4. I want to see Donkey Kong with a gun again, please. Where's the Metroid? Where's the Metroid news, by the way? Did they just forget? How long has it been since Metroid news? It has quickly become a Pikmin 4, but Pikmin 4 released. They had raised him strictly with that purpose in mind. He had been worth their while and had grown into a fabulous young man who wouldn't disappoint no matter where he went. They released like 2 Metroid games. Okay, that's acceptable. Metroid Prime isn't real. Okay, you know what? They did make 2 Metroid games, so it's fine. I will back off. But where's the Donkey Kong games? Where's the retro games? That was why he had not been permitted to fall in love with a servant like Shannon. So, when she'd learned that Shannon was dead and the engagement was now invalid, though part of her had still been shocked by the gruesome crime, part of her had also been relieved that her dear George wouldn't be stolen by some servant girl. Damn, okay. But where's Dylan? I have hated Kraus Nissan since long ago. He was so full of himself, always swaggering around. In your dreams, Elio, go to bed and play the new Donkey Kong game. I will! So proud that he would one day become the head. It was retooled into Pokemon Teeth or whatever the teeth brushing game was called. No! I wanted to get back at him. Please stop making Pokemon app games. Please. Camelot. That's another one I want to talk about. Camelot. When is Camelot gonna make a new game? That isn't a sport game. Is that just a childish emotion? Pokemon Sleep LMAO. You mean Genius Sonority? Yeah, Genius Sonority and Camelot. I'm sad. Well, Camelot's been doing like the Mario sports games. I want them to make a Golden Sun game, and Genius Sonority has too much talent to be doing these app games. I can't get into half of the app Pokemon games. The only one I really got into was like Pokemon Master. Like I did play Pokemon Cafe for a little bit, but I quickly got bored of it. Pokemon Sleep I just am not interested in. That one like arena game or whatever, what was it? Pokemon Unite. I did download that and played it for a little bit, but I got even quicker like exhausted with it than with Pokemon Cafe. The weird thing about Camelot doing spot games is Matoy Sakuraba is still doing the music. Damn. Yeah, Pokemon Masters is fun. Pokemon Masters is the only fun like Pokemon mobile game, other than like maybe Pokemon Go. Like I do have fond memories of Pokemon Go coming out and playing it, but I'm not into Pokemon Go anymore. But I would still say Pokemon Go is a good game. I'm just not into it anymore. But in the end, that emotion guided my entire life. My hatred for the Pokemon app games. I'm only interested in the cute Pokemon Sleep Professor. Yeah, he's cute. If only they made like... People talk shit on Pokemon Channel a lot, but I prefer Pokemon Channel. What if they made like Pokemon Sleep, but like Pokemon Channel instead? If that had been all, then it would have been fine. But because of that emotion, I got you and George involved. I used you. So you're sleeping on Pokemon Sleep. Ava, don't blame yourself for that. Hideyoshi got up and held Ava's shoulder. They're such a sweet couple. I really do think Ava needed someone like Hideyoshi, who is nice and soft and just sweet. You know? I would just watch my friends walk into pools while playing Pokemon Go. I remember, like, local businesses had, like, Pokemon drinks and, like, Pokemon food. Like, because so many people would come in to, like, get, like, the Pokemon stops or whatever. It was, like, those months of Pokemon Go that we were the closest to world peace, I think. Well, I reached the halfway point in my life long ago. Cradles my copy of Channel in my arms. My son! Yeah, Pokemon Channel. I love Pokemon Channel and Hey You Pikachu and Poke Park. And people talk shit on those games, but they're fun. But you know, I have absolutely no regrets about how I lived my life. Yeah, so cute. So who's dying first? Or being abducted? Not one. Yeah, wasn't like the second night or whatever like a couple thing or like people that are in love or something like that? Trying to remember the epitaph. I think that since I've been with you, Ava, I've been able to relish an enjoyable life that other men never will. After I lost my relatives in the war, you reminded me what the warmth of family is. Oh, yeah, they're dying. They are totally dying. So I'm grateful to the Yoshida Mia family and think of it as my only one. He's so sweet. I really do like him a lot. In this life I've led with you, not a single thing's been wasted. It's really been a fine life up till today. Thank you, darling. This is some cute-ass death flag dialogue, right? Ava hung her head, burying her face in Hideyoshi's chest. Probably no one in the parlor could even imagine that this side of Ava existed. A cute side. I'm past the halfway point of my life. Yeah, I'd argue you're past the 99% point of your life. Yeah, I'm getting close to beating our life. Except not. It's weird. Like, I know I'm near the end of our life, but I also know I have a whole other route to do, so... I'm the one who should be thanking you. Until today, there hasn't been a single day I've regretted being with you. Until today. Me too. I'm so glad to have you by my side. George is already a fine adult. Even if I don't look out for him, he's a man who can do his job well on his own. I wonder, around New Year's, you want to go spend some time in the Maldives? What's that? Just us, no one else. No way. Aren't you always saying that you're so busy responding to New Year's cards that you don't even sleep? None of that this New Year's. I won't read New Year's cards. I'll just stay quiet and check to see if I've won the New Year's lottery. It'd sure be nice if we won a color TV this year. No way. I don't want to waste time checking the lottery while in the Maldives. None of that either. People sent cards on New Year's? Yeah, I'd never even get any cards. I won't read New Year's cards. I'll just stay quiet. Yeah, that's what dead people usually do. Yeah, they are so dying. This is so death flag. How does it sound? Just the two of us, taking it easy like when we were newlyweds, just before George was born. Yes. In that case, fine. I hear the Maldives are wonderful. An island with nothing on it, surrounded by beautiful coral reefs and cottages lined up over the water. Like when we were newlyweds, you say? Ava, what are you going to do? I had one friend who sent me a card. I can't remember okay, like, I think my most recent card was from my mom for like, Christmas. And that's pretty much the only, like, cards I get. Starting one. As soon as I've finished up some business. I won't know till I ask the travel agency, but probably before New Year's Eve. No way. Also, Elio, don't underestimate the length of the epilogue and the backstory DLC. Oh, true. True. There's like the wedding stuff too, right? No, I wanna go right now. Even nagged at his lips in a peevishly yet flirtatious manner. Oh no, oh god. The only sounds that filled the room were the distant voice of the announcer on the news, which Hideyoshi had left on, and the obnoxious pounding of the rain against the window. Are they? You know? Yeah, you're far from done, lol. I wouldn't be surprised if you finished in like November/December. Dang, really? There was a knock on the door, and Genji-san entered. I'm sure that pounding is the only thing we hear in the room. The pounding of the rain! Madam, dinner has been prepared. Will you eat in here again? Yes. Have it brought here. Is Dr. Nanjo still in the kitchen? Yes. He has said he wishes to carefully deliberate over his next move. Do not worry, he is with the other servants. Genji-san's good enough at chess to be grandfather's opponent. I hear he's even better than Dr. Nanjo, right? That's right. Long ago, he played against me, but he must have let me win. Maria, sounds like it'll be time to eat soon. But look at you. You've been watching TV all day long and you still haven't gotten bored. Yeah, because she's watching Higurashi. So, like, why is Ava's nickname Rain? Oi. Yeah, the pounding of the rain. Oi, oi. I'm always watching TV, so I'm fine. Maria-chan sure is a TV kid. A TV kid. I think it's coming, so we have to clean at the table. Earlier, we had torn several pages out of Maria's notebook. There was now a mess where everyone had been drawing together. Jessica began cleaning that up quickly. Still, everyone here really can draw. I'd never guessed. Genji asked Eva-san and Hideyoshi-san whether they'd at least like to have dinner with us. I think they're a little busy right now. I don't think you wanna go knock on their door right now. Like a kid who always watches TV instead of making friends and stuff. So regular kid, right? Right? Yeah, it's definitely gotta be normal, right? Definitely. For sure. I mean, that's how I spent my childhood. I just watched Disney Channel. Although they'll probably turn us down. Certainly. Yeah, that's normal. First father, now Eva-san. It's quite hard to gather everyone to the Yoshida-miya dinner table. Natsuki felt her headache start throbbing again and lightly held her temples. Yeah, you know what else is throbbing? The distance from the kitchen to the parlor wasn't that great, so Genji had gone and come back by himself, but the guest room was a little further away. Natsuki had warned him to avoid being alone whenever possible. And just now, Nanjo had also admonished him, saying it would be better if he held a little more conversation for his safety. Kanon accompanied Genji, and the two of them went to visit Ada and Hideyoshi in their guest room. No, don't do it! Give them some privacy! Genji knocked on the door. Eva-sama, Hideyoshi-sama. We've come to see your corpse. Dinner has been prepared. He waited a short while for them to come out, but there was no response. So they're gonna die of embarrassment. Got it. Genji-sama, look at this. Hanan pointed under the door. A Western envelope had been inserted under it. Normally, when something was inserted this way, it'd be interpreted as a message from someone outside to someone in the room. So, since this might be a private note meant for Eva and Hideyoshi, it was not something that Kanon and Genji were supposed to take interest in. But this Western envelope was one of Kinzo's, the same kind as the one Maria had taken out last night and surprised everyone with. Holy shit, Ava's also getting added to Smash? Well, she's definitely getting smashed right now, that's for sure. There can be no mistake. It is one of the Master's envelopes. Or could it be Elio? Even though this was one of Kinzo's envelopes, the letter Maria read out loud the previous night hadn't come from Kinzo. Oh, I thought that was the point of your joke. My mind was in the gutter. Yeah, we both need a hydrate. Why? Genji continued knocking a little harder and called out in a loud voice. Eva-sama. Eva-sama. It is Genji. Are you there? Please answer, Eva-sama. But there's no response from inside. Oh god. Sometimes when the servants went to call some guests for a meal, the guests would be sleeping so deeply that they wouldn't wake up. In times like that, the servants would stick a letter in the door to show that it was time to come out, and leave the guests be. But despite that, Genji beat even harder on the door and called out Eva's name. However, there was no answer. Kanon stuck his ear up to the door, held his breath, and listened for any sounds coming from inside. Yeah, the guests are sleeping deeply. 6 inches deep. I hear something that sounds like the television. I don't sense anyone. The room might be empty. Genji took out a handkerchief and, careful not to touch it with his bare hands, gently pulled out the envelope that had been stuck underneath the door. Why are you booing me? I'm right. 6 inches under. Wait, I mean 6 feet. It was sealed with deep red sealing wax. Without a doubt, the mark on that sealing wax had come from the Yoshida Miya family head's ring. Eva-sama. Eva-sama! Please answer! Are you still in your room? But there was still no answer. Gently pulled out the envelope. Speaking of pulling out, get shot. There's a chance that those two were aimlessly walking around the mansion. I need a fucking hydrate, yeah. You really do, Ty? You know what, I'll hydrate too. I enabled you. This was the home Eva had grown up in. There was plenty of reason to think that she had gone out on a casual stroll. Why would someone go out on a casual stroll around the mansion when there's a fucking killer on the loose? Are you guys dumb? Bruh. Like, the reason they went to the room in the first place was to not be in a room with murderers. Why would they leave the room for a stroll? Genji groped around in his pocket and pulled out the bundle of keys, which contained the key that would open the guest room. Genji-sama. Kanon also understood what this meant. They would sometimes unlock the door so they could go in and do things like make the beds, but only after they made sure the guests were out. To unlock the door for any other reason, and especially to do so when there was a chance the guests hadn't given permission, and might still be in there, was an action unbecoming of a servant. But Genji had decided. Yeah, they probably did. If the only problem had been that his knock hadn't received a reply, he wouldn't have gone this far. But the envelope under the door was doubtlessly one of Kinzo's. Or rather, one of the western envelopes of the Yoshida Miya family head. After last night, the sender of this envelope could be someone other than Kinzo. If this letter had been sent by someone else... Eva-sama! My apologies. Allow me to enter your room. Comes in, sees Eva and Hideyoshi. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry, I thought you were murdered. After giving that final notice, Genji stuck one of the keys from the bundle into the key. Wouldn't that be so funny if that was what happened? I know they're totally dead, but that would be so fucking hilarious. There was the sound of the door unlocking. And after slowly turning the knob, he slowly started opening the door. The light seeped through the crack of the door. Were they in the room? Or had they forgotten to turn out the lights? Quake. It was the sound of the door chain being pulled tight. The chain had been secured. The chain couldn't be secured from the outside. So it also proved that they were in the room. Yeah, give them some privacy, please. The sound of voices on the TV seeped out of the room. Worst case scenario, Ava has a knife in her. Best case scenario, Ava has a... The lights, the chain, and the TV. All these things made it clear they were in the room. But there was no sign of them. Genji called to Ava once again through the crack of the door. Oh hey, this is just like what happened with the Keiichi and Reina. But there was no answer. Ava, are you there? I made you some dinner. Genji-sama. What should we do? As part of their job, the servants were able to unlock almost any lock in the mansion. But they had no way to open a door with a chain. The only way to get by the chain was to cut it. That was certainly not permitted as part of a servant's usual work. A creepy chill had already rushed up their backs. Kanon held his breath again and tried to sense someone through the door, but even so, he was not able to sense anyone. I will call Madame and return. Kanon, cut the chain. Yes! As Kanon hurried away to get a cutting tool, Genji called him to a stop. Wait, Kanon. Return to the kitchen and take Kumasawa with you. You must not act alone. Yes. Certainly. It looked like Kanon was wondering why he had to do something so troublesome in the middle of this urgent situation. Well, probably because he doesn't want you to get suspected of being a murderer or something, right? But Genji had said it out of wariness. Yeah, because there's a murderer, right? So you don't want to be acting alone, especially with, like, chain cutters, because that will make you look very suspicious. He didn't care what happened to himself. These people are way too casual for the fact that 6 people died. Seriously! Good lord! And it's not even that it's just random 6 people, it's your family. And like, that died, and they're just being so like, oh, 6 people died, let's just sit around and watch TV. Wait, like... What is this? Dude, let me in. I'm your servant, Ada and Hideyoshi. Don't you believe in servants? I just want it to be Ava and Hideyoshi wanting some privacy and that nothing happened to them. And they're just like, God damn it, these people are trying to cut the fucking chain. Better put my clothes on. Real blue ball moment over here. In the kitchen, Kumasawa was piling food on the serving cart. And Nanjo was waiting for Genji, apparently wanting to show him a move he'd finally thought up that might turn the tables on him. But Genji's appearance immediately told him that something was wrong. I considered it, but I figured that was enough yabai jokes about them. Hideyoshi. They're the same picture. Oh, what has happened, Genji-san? Blue circle, Hideyoshi. Dr. Nanjo, my apologies. But please, allow this match to be suspended for the time being. And Kanon, take care of the chain. Kumasawa, stop setting up dinner for now and accompany Kanon. I will go over to Madame. If you would come with me, Dr. Nanjo. Has something happened? Genji took Nanjo, who still didn't know what was going on, and quickly left the kitchen. Kumasawa-san, my apologies, but please come with me. What has happened, Kanon-san? Kumasawa said almost exactly the same thing as Nanjo, unable to take in the situation, and chased after Kanon, who had flown out into the hallway. No draw, I'll be here but quieter. Ooh, nice! Have fun drawing, Magi. Taking Kumasawa with him, Kanon went to a storage room and looked through the tools packed in toolboxes and hanging all over the walls. As something happened, he says casually after 6 people already died, right? Like, wouldn't your immediate thought with this situation to be, oh, is someone dead? Is someone in danger? These people are so dumb! Trying to find something that could be used to cut the chain. Harder, but I didn't hear you at all. What are you looking for? Let me help too. We're cutting a door chain. Where was that large wire cutter? A door chain? Why would you do something like that? The chain to Eva-sama and Hideyoshi-sama's room. Even though they should be inside, they didn't answer when we called them. Well, maybe they just need some privacy, my god. It took Kumasawa some time to figure out how cutting the chain and Eva and Hideyoshi not answering were connected, but she did realize that this was an urgent situation. That one will probably do the trick. Kanon took down a very large wire cutter that had been hanging on the wall. It was called a cutter, but maybe it'd be easier to understand if we said it was shaped like a large pair of pliers. Kanon remembered once being warned that this dangerous tool could easily cut through one of your fingers. Hey yo, it's just like clock tower. Kanon took that and rushed up the stairs. He already knew instinctively. You should fight for every minute, every second to open it quickly. Or perhaps it was already... Please wait, Kanon-san. Hurry. Give her some time to breathe. She's like an old lady. She can't be moving as fast as you little tykes. Kumasawa eventually caught up with him, gasping for breath with both hands on her knees. When Kanon changed his grip on the wire cutters and looked up at the door, he let out an ah, struck speechless. Oh. What is this? This wasn't here. Like, how long has it been since I went to get the cutter? I want to say it hasn't been that long. Like, maybe like 5 minutes or something. How could someone do such a detailed thing in like that much time? Ugh. Kumasawa screamed weakly, her face pallid. That was no surprise. Because right there, on the door, just like the magic circle that had been drawn on the shutter of the Rose Garden storehouse, there was another eerie shape drawn with a blood-like paint. Why you bonking and then head-patting me, Overtaker? I doubt it's just been 5 minutes. Because the house is big. Oh, that's true. That is true. Still, to do such a detailed, like, painting like this has to take delicate work. Rubbing in the paint. LA! However, it would be odd to call this one a magic circle. Yeah, it looks kind of like like a schematic or something? Because unlike what most people would expect, it wasn't a circle with shapes drawn inside it. It kind of looks like a building schematic or something, like a room layout. Just slightly more complicated geometrical shape. Okay, but what if they got one of those cutouts for spray painting? You're not turning around the chessboard enough. Without love, magic cannot be seen. I am without love, apparently. However, there's strange characters filling in the gaps, which weren't from the alphabet. It's a magic rectangle. A magic square. They're the same kind as the ones on that magic circle on the shutter. It looks like the game Faith, a gun with one bullet. But the thing that had Kanon struck speechless wasn't how eerie the magic circle was. Mortis. It was that something like this hadn't been here a short while ago. First, he had taken a trip back to the kitchen. Without love, magic can't be seen. Okay, but like, why is the background just black? I guess magic can't be seen for you, Twy. After that, he'd gone to the storage room to grab a tool and headed right back. Put those together and it couldn't have been more than 5 minutes. Okay, I was right! It was like 5 minutes. How could someone add something this creepy during that period of time? And as though it had just been drawn. Almost like the door itself was bleeding. Several unsettling vertical red lines slowly dripped down, getting longer and longer. Yeah, very funny. Without love, can't be seen. It's just like Kingdom Hearts 2. They're gone! I guess you were right. Kumasawa's knees gave way and she sank down on the spot. If Kumasawa hadn't done this first, then Kanon surely would have wanted to. Beatrice-sama. It's the work of Beatrice-sama. How horrid! Kanon gulped, then readied the wire cutter and approached the door. He didn't want to get close to this disturbing magic circle, and he really didn't want to touch the steadily dripping substance that looked like blood. But if he didn't get close, he wouldn't be able to cut the chain. Oh boy, more murder! Yep, let's go! Also, I just saw my thing went in the red. Is everything okay? Can you guys still see stream alright? Yeah, hey there, Jackie! Fighting this cold feeling, he gulped again, and after gathering his courage, he went even closer, putting the wire cutter against the chain. Stutters? Oh god. Uh-oh. Why am I having so many issues all of a sudden with stream? I didn't, like, change anything recently. Let me see. Yeah, why is it stuttering? Yeah, the stutter is kind of there. Oh. Let me check my internet. Maybe it's because of how hot it is? I don't know. Always seems to happen with Umineko too. Like last time we had a crash during Umineko. Am I connected to the right internet? Yeah, I'm connected to Meth Lab. Which is our internet. That is the name we gave our internet. Yeah, it seems okay for download. What about upload? Huh. No, I'm getting it too. Is maybe watching Netflix in your... Maybe. My family might be watching Netflix. Let me go check on the router and stuff right now. Oh, looks like it's back in the green. I talked with my family. Oh no, it's back in red. I was talking to my family, and it looks like it's because of the heat where I'm at. It's messing up the internet. Maybe Elliot was chewing on the wires again. Your internet wants to prolong Umineko as long as possible. SMH, right? We're right at like someone being murdered. What the fuck? Also, let me just type it in chat just in case you guys can't read it. Yeah. Because my cousin says it happens like every year in summer with the internet. Blah blah blah. Yeah, seems fine. Oh, okay. I'll keep going, but if we go back into the red again, I guess I'll. Oh. Let me know if it is it still stuttering. Damn. Oh, it's still stuttering. It's the heat. Elio is too hot. It's okay at the moment? Okay. Well, if you guys see any stutter at all, delay isn't that bad? Okay. Yeah, if you guys see any delay at all, or not delay, any stutter at all, let me know. And maybe I'll take a break to like let the thing cool down or whatever, like wait until the weather gets cooler or something. Wait, delay is bigger than I thought. Will do, boss. Thank you. Come on, Umineko. The LGBT stuff is in later arcs. Yeah, come on. What the fuck? Not letting me get to those parts? What the hell, internet? Homophobic. Internet, not Umineko. It's okay right now. Okay, nice. Alright. Pausing and unpausing made it fine. Okay, nice. He then pressed with all of his strength, managing to cut through the chain far more easily than he'd anticipated. The cut chain fell into two separate parts, which continued to clang as they swayed back and forth. Speaking of flying, hi, Elio. Yeah, I'm just so hot that my internet can't handle me. Kanon-san, there's an envelope by your feet. And isn't that the master's? It looked like Kumasawa had also noticed the western envelope at the bottom of the door. And that the sealing wax had been sealed with the head's ring. Kanon hesitated for just a second over whether he should open the letter first or check inside the room. but he eventually decided on fulfilling his original purpose. Also, I just feel the need to say, this music is so creepy. It's so good. Like the little, like, there sounds some stuff that sounds like, kind of like moaning in a way. Like ghostly moans. Even though I don't think that was the intention with that sound. But it still sounds just, like, really creepy, like with the ghostly moans. It's really good. Kanon pulled a handkerchief out of his pocket. This is so he wouldn't leave fingerprints on the door. If his worst fears were realized, the police would want to investigate this room too. He slowly pushed the door open. I mostly remember the bombastic soundtracks, but the more atmospheric songs do such a good job setting the mood. Yeah. He was able to more clearly hear the sound of the television, which had been seeping out faintly in this whole time. Yeah, what's in the room? Is it Hideyoshi and Ava going at it? Or is it Hideyoshi and Ava being smashed to death? Ava-sama? Ava was lying face up on the bed. On the bed with her shoes still on? Kumasawa, who had fearfully entered after Kanon and who was hiding behind his back, screamed a short "Eek!" again when she saw Ava like that. Murder party? Murder party, please? Murder party? Is it smashing or smashing? Ava's shoes had been the first part of her that Kanon had seen, so the oddness of wearing shoes in bed was the first thing to strike him. But when Ava's head shifted into his line of sight, Kanon couldn't help but let out a short scream like Kumasawa. Ooh. Is it ghostly moans or humanly moans? I hope not the latter. Right in the middle of Ava's forehead, something had been placed? Something was growing there? No. Right in the center of her forehead. Was it an old-fashioned knife? Ooh. That or some weapon, like it was sticking out? Murder party! Oh my god, it's a murder party! Let's go! Ooh. At the base of where it was stuck in, blood dripped down, staining the sheets on the other side bright red. The other side of the bed was a bright white though. So it's the worst case scenario, not the best case scenario. Maybe the best case scenario happened first, and then the worst case happened. Kumasawa's knees gave way once more, and she sank down on the floor. Thank you for taking time to narrate, Maria. You're welcome. I love Bia Twist, so I am gonna be giving you my play-by-plays over her murders. Her mouth kept flapping open and closed, but she couldn't even scream. They killed the redhead. Such a fruitless effort. Redheads have no souls. The sacrifice won't work. Well, at least Hideyoshi was there too. Ava was dead, with some kind of weapon sticking out of her forehead. Both eyes were open wide, and the image of the person who killed her must have been blown into them. I love this music. It's so good. But I didn't expect it to actually be a knife, yeah. that sure did go in 6 inches, for sure. But the only mouth capable of naming that person had been shut for all eternity. I have my mouse on that redeem, waiting for the right moment. Even though her forehead was the last place they wanted to look, they couldn't tear their eyes from it. Right there, the weapon was stuck into Ava's forehead, standing almost perfectly upright. And on the handle was a complicated design that you wouldn't expect to see on an ordinary weapon. Thank you, Mog. That thing be summed up with the word occult. Oh, it's lagging again. Uh-oh. Damn it! God damn it. Shit! Well, at least the uwu the uwu moment is end. Yes, show the knife, let's go. Woo! Oh, you didn't get any lag? Oh, okay. Alright, well, we'll see. It was a vulgar object with a design that might have been of some demon. Or is it one of those dragon... Oh, maybe it's just me. Fine for me. Oh, okay. It's not a knife, but... Oh. What about Hideyoshi-sama? Hideyoshi-sama! Ava's knife reveal was baller, dude. Ava was on top of her bed, but the other bed was empty. Where was Hideyoshi? Did Hideyoshi kill her? After taking a backwards glance at Kumasawa, still on her knees and stupefied, he checked the bathroom just in case. Oh god, I just remembered something. I'm very sorry for anyone that doesn't like the NSFW stuff here, but there was like this one manga that I read recently that was called like Brutal, and it was like about this one guy that would kill people that like won't get caught by police. It's essentially like Dexter because the guy is like a police officer and stuff, and whenever he kills the people, like he has them experience what they did to others. But he also is like a big fan of the movie The Exorcist, so he like puts in like references to Exorcist whenever he's like killing someone as well. And there was one guy that he killed that was like a serial like rapist, and like he had like a whole college like group that like would spike people's drinks and then like do bad things to them. And so the way that he killed the guy was he had a cross that had spikes in it. And like there was like this one part in the story where the guy that he murdered played like a game with his other friends to see like how many thrusts before a certain something. So he put like the thing in and like counted to 666, and then I was like, oh wait, you died already. Well, and I'm just thinking of like the like cross like with spikes dildo that he used to kill the guy. I know. Was Hideyoshi not in the same bed as her? Was Hideyoshi sleeping with another weapon? Maybe. Damn, what the fuck? Yeah. That manga goes really, like, brutal. I enjoy it. It definitely does touch upon some uncomfy subject matter, though, because all of the people that he kills are people that get away with it. Like, they're all like criminals that like, for one way or another, they get away with it. At the moment he opened the door, he was greeted by steam and the sound of the shower. The bathroom was of the same familiar style as most hotel bathrooms. When taking a shower, a waterproof curtain was used to keep water from flying out. Elio, you sure you're doing okay? But also what a cool way to kill someone. Yeah. What manga was that again? Let me get you the full name. I know its name was Brutal, but it had Brutal Satsujin Kansatsu-kan no Kokuhaku. What's the translation for this? Brutal Confessions of a Homicide Investigator. That's the name of it. The waterproof curtain was half open. Here's Beatrice! Lying tumbled down in the bathtub was Hideyoshi, completely naked, with both eyes open. And pointing right at Kanon. Eh? Just like Eva, a weapon with a demon-like design was stuck into his forehead. Since his head had been under the shower's hot water this whole time, his face wasn't half covered and filthy with blood like Ava's had been. Yeah, shower kill! The sight of him dead while still taking a shower was tragic enough. Just then, they heard Natsuki's voice coming from the hall. She was probably coming with Genji. Again with this graffiti? What about this letter? Also, I think it updates every time someone dies. Yeah, okay. So let's take a look. Found on the bed of a guest room inside the mansion with a weapon resembling an ice pick sticking out of her forehead. Found in the bathroom, of the same guest room that Ava was found in. Like Ava, there was a weapon resembling an ice pick sticking out of his forehead. You can't see either of them by looking through the gap of the door while the chain is set. You can't see them, so you can't reach them. Hey, how could a human possibly kill them? Hehehe. Wait. Has Maria been writing all of these? Let me see. Maybe these ones aren't written by her. Let me see. But those ones are okay, yeah, this one's definitely not written by her, but the deaf ones seem to be written by her. She was chosen by the demons who let. I'll get to, yeah, this is definitely Maria talking. It's definitely Maria writing the death entries. Teehee. Again with this graffiti. What about this letter? What does it say inside? I don't know. I haven't read it yet. We shouldn't touch it carelessly. The culprit's fingerprints might be left on it. We should hand it over to the police. They went out of their way to leave it here. I'm sure they wouldn't have left fingerprints. As Natsuki said that, she picked up the envelope. And before checking its contents, she entered the room herself, where she found Ava dead. I don't know about that. Maybe you saying that just gives you an excuse to have prints on the letter, Natsuki. God, this music is such a bop. Murder rave. Murder rave. Ava-san? Prints on the letter. Madam, Hideyoshi-sama is here too. This is truly atrocious. Also, I don't know. Okay. Let me look at this again, though. Something about this. Thank you, Beto, for the bitch and rave party. Okay. It says an ice pick is sticking out of her forehead. Same thing for him. But couldn't it also be a bullet? Couldn't it also be that they got shot? Maybe I'm not, like, the best at judging, like, wounds and stuff, but couldn't it have also been a bullet? And the more I think about it, the more I think about this, like, these ones were obviously, like, more fucked up and, like, butchered to, like, cover things, but they were all, like, hit in the head. So couldn't it be that they all got shot? And I think the one that most looks like a shot wound is Cross or Shannon. And my thought on why maybe Cross wouldn't get as mutilated as the others is because, you know, I'm not sure about Shannon though. Shannon's kinda what ruins that theory. Since Natsu didn't care about Shannon. Kanon, turn off the shower. Dr. Nanjo did say that they were mutilated after they died too. Food for thought, yeah. Don't let this be any more pitiful than it needs to be. Yes, ma'am. Kanon gripped his handkerchief and twisted the valve, turning off the shower. It seems like whoever's doing this is trying to make it look like it's a different murder method by, like, putting the knife in them, but I don't know. Why would she show that she has a gun? Well, I think the thing is she's trying to cover up, if it is her. She's trying to cover up that these people did die from a gun is the thing. Like, Kraus, this could look like a bullet wound. This could be a bullet wound. And this could be a bullet wound. Everyone else, like, they could have been shot in the head. It looks like everyone could have been shot in the head. And then their corpses get mutilated to make it look like it's a bit more brutaler and not used with a gun. But then with Ava and Hideyoshi, it's a lot less brutal because it just happened. And so they tried to make it look like it was like a knife or something instead. But I'm not the best with, like, judging, like, wounds and stuff, so I'm probably very off the point with that. Okay, but like, oh, look at those people who died. Clearly that's not me, since I only have a gun. Yeah. In the bathtub, a small jar of body soap had fallen with its cap off. Clearly it was magic. Clearly. It really looked like he'd been attacked while taking a shower. There was still a small splash of blood clinging to the white bathtub, and the combination of red and white made a horrible contrast. Wouldn't the bullet leave an exit wound and or burn marks? Oh, that is very true. Yeah, and be very loud. Well, I think, didn't they say that all the rooms are soundproofed? Or maybe it was just the grandpa. It might have just been the grandpa. Whose room was that? Clearly the soap killed him. Dr. Nanjo. I understand. No signs of post-mortem lividity. Rigor mortis hasn't begun either, so it's a fresh kill. It would seem that an hour or so has passed since they were killed. It's magic. Maho da! But even so, how a weapon with such a short handle could do that to the skull? Slipped and fell on a bullet. It'd be like, God, what was that game called again? That I did with Kippies? Something murder, with like the bullets that you step on and then get killed. I cannot imagine. Nanjo checked their pulse and their pupils, making certain of their deaths once more. Yeah, Gothic Murder. Yeah, in Gothic Murder, there was like a thing where someone put like bullet wounds to like get someone to like check it out, or like step like, and like, it's hard to explain it, but there was like some mechanism with like the setup to where it could kill them without like shooting the gun. Yeah. Amaho Shoujo did it then. It's Kyubei's fault. Nanjo checked their pulse and their pupils, making certain of their deaths once more. As Conan watched this business-like treatment, he thought, oh, speaking of, I wonder if Gothic Murder was inspired by Umineko, since it also takes place in a mansion. And it also has the thing of, was this the cause of a ghost or was this a person? As Conan watched this business-like treatment, he thought, couldn't you tell at a glance that they're dead without doing all that? Trying to chant it's magic so that I don't blurt out the answers. That it's magic, yeah. Sanjo thought about removing the weapon, but then decided it'd be better to preserve the scene and hand it over to the police, so he left it alone. Yeah, basically the bullet was still in the casing, so by burying the bullet, if someone steps on it, it gets triggered in the same way as if you shoot. Yeah, okay, that was it. Thank you, Twy. But a close inspection of the base showed that it didn't have a blade. Huh. For some reason, that reminded me of a thing in Disco Elysium where you have a case file titled The Square Bullet Hole Murders. Oh? Ooh, square bullets? In fact, it was more conical than blade-shaped. It's spherical. He noticed that rather than a knife, it was more like a short-handled spear, something with a shape better suited for thrusting than slicing. LMAO canon. Some people might have likened it to a thick ice pick rather than a short spear. So by burying the bullet, if someone steps on it, yeah, that's right, the square hole. I only found out why in a blurb at the end of the game, but yeah, you have an unsolved case of people with square bullet holes. Great game. I really want to play Disco Elysium at some point. I've heard so many good things about it, like that it's like the best game ever. At any rate, after looking at this scene, no further words were needed to describe what sort of terrible purpose such eerily designed weapons were originally made for. Honestly, I feel like you would like it. Oh, I definitely would. I definitely want to play it at some point. Nor was it necessary to explain how they carried out their function. Natsu, hoping to escape the repulsive steam filling the bathroom as soon as she could, covered her mouth with a handkerchief and dashed from the room. Aww. It would sure be difficult to kill someone with a weapon like that through the skull. They would have to be freakishly strong or use magic. Clearly it's the work of witchcraft. Yeah, definitely. Also, yeah, it's obviously magic. No other way. It's that simple, really. Just viewing their gruesome bodies for an instant had been enough to burn the image into their eyes. If she looked any longer, that image would surely remain in her vision for all eternity. The rising urge to vomit was exactly the same feeling she'd had that morning at the gardening storehouse. For a while, Natsuki couldn't help but stand with her back facing the guest room, fighting that sickness in her stomach. I was watching a friend play Disco. It's really interesting. Yeah, isn't there like a ton of choices you can do in that game and like shape your character's personality or something? At any rate, we can't let George-kun see this room. Seal this room with all haste. Yes, we mustn't let them see. If George-san saw his parents in this brutal state. Yeah, George got out lucky the first night, but now he lost both his parents like Battler. Damn, really sucks. But they could tell that those fiercely racing footsteps in the hallway belonged to George, even before he came dashing into the room. Ah. Yeah, lots and lots of options. George and the other children had been waiting in the parlor. There's so many choices, it's crazy, and so many of them matter, even if it's just one throwaway dialogue line later on. Ooh, I love that. However, when they saw Genji speak to Natsuhi, when they saw her turn pale and fly out of the parlor, they felt a sense of foreboding. I love when, like, dialogue choices, like, you think it's just, like, a minor thing, but later on, it really did shape something. I love this music. Yeah, this song is really good. I think, what was it called? Like, the golden was like the golden something. And when they saw a large group of people gathered around the guest room, they were sure of it. Father! Welcome to the Orphan Club, George! Let's go! You can join Battler now. And Maria. Mother! Didn't George lose his fiancée? What do you mean, Lucky? I mean, he didn't lose his parents, at least. It's not the only person that isn't an orphan is Jessica. What is this? Another magic circle? Aunt Ava and Uncle Hideyoshi are safe, right? Hey, Kanon-kun! God, they have strong bad hands. They do. I love it. Strong bad's game for cool and attractive people. These people are definitely cool and attractive. Hey, Kanon-kun, what's this all about? Battler-sama. Kanon didn't have to say anything. One of my favorite details in the game is that at one point your partner will say you should get a hobby. And if you're wearing gardening gloves, you can pick up earlier. He'll suggest gardening since you already have the gloves. Aww. Anyway, that's enough about Disco Elysium. Back to Magical Murder. That's a really cool detail. I love when games do that. George's scream after he ran into the room told them everything they needed to know. Shrinky, shrinky. Who did this? Right, George is an orphan now too. Yeah, he lost his wife, he lost his mom and his dad. I thought Battler had it the roughest, but nope. George is really going through it. I'll kill you, I'll kill you! George can. Hang in there. Time to fix that. Natsuki touched George's shoulder with her hand, but he violently shook her off. Battler has a mom though. Yeah, she's dead. 2 dead moms and a dead dad. Yeah, Battler's mom died a couple years ago. Yeah, it's rough, buddy. George fell over beside Ava and buried his face in the bed in front of his mother's face, wailing. He pounded on the bed with his fists over and over again. George Nissan, hang in there. Huh? Battler? Battler-sama? I think the culprit is Elio. He hated George. I can see why you would think that, but I definitely did not kill George. Battler had his back against the wall of the hallway. He was covering his eyes with his right hand and weeping without restraint. What a crybaby. Horrible. That's horrible. He proposed to the girl he loved and lost her the next day. And on the same day, even his mom and dad were killed. It was Beatrice! She did it with magic! Man, Beatrice must fucking hate George. Isn't that too harsh? Without love, it cannot be seen. So George definitely can't see shit now. Of course, it's sad whenever anyone dies, no matter who it is. But to Battler, those left alone by the deaths of others were far more worthy of pity. LVO, wow. Everyone here now had lost someone close to them. George wasn't the only one to be pitied. Beatrice sounds like a girl boss. She really is. Love her. However, George's pain was far greater than everyone else's. What up, Bun? What did I miss from the story? Did someone die again? Yes! George is now an orphan! Ava and Hideyoshi died. Battler, I know I said you were hot, but I didn't mean that you had no chill. I know. Everyone dies sooner or later. If you're human, You'll eventually have to fight the sorrow of losing someone close to you. But still, shouldn't that day be far in the future for Aniki? And shouldn't those deaths visit him one at a time? Yeah, I can prove the words, "It's sad no matter who dies," very, very wrong. Laughs in death game. Horrible. It's too horrible. That bastard. That bastard! Doesn't he have even a speck of human sympathy in him? No, because she's a witch. Ugh. 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 That way. Don't cry. Don't cry. Mimiya tried to comfort Battler in a mechanical sounding voice. Well, he is filthy rich. Or richer, I guess. Battler violently wiped his tears. Battler is a huge crybaby and the fandom bullies him about it, but on the flip side, that means he's an empathetic person. Yeah, it is good that he does cry a lot. Like, I am calling him a crybaby and all that, but it shows how human he is. Like, if I was in this situation, especially with like my family members dying left and right, I would definitely be crying a lot. Yeah. Damn it. I won't cry anymore. That just shows how much he really cares about the people around him. Yeah. Tears of regret, tears of sadness. I won't shed them again. Just the tears of the kingdom. Why would you be mean to crybabies, right? It's all useless. It just got me backed into a corner. I'm always on the defensive. That's useless. It's all useless. Da-da! I'll spin the chessboard around. That bastard probably thinks we'll be running scared like sheep until tomorrow before we try anything. 8 people he knows died, and he cries. What a baby, huh? It's just his genes. He has person that cries genes. Yeah, like, this is a fucked up situation. Like, if you don't cry over this, like, what is wrong with you? Like, your family members are dying left and right. But guess what? I'll spin it around. Just because it happens, like, nearly all the time. Some people get tired of reading about it after a while, I guess. Yeah, that makes sense. Like, I know people criticized Keiichi for, like, his his inner monologues over stuff, but it makes sense. I actually quite enjoyed those parts of Keiichi's, like, inner monologues during stuff. When, like, really traumatizing stuff happened. That bastard can't escape this island until tomorrow either. Let's go spinning the chessboard. This chessboard will never stop rotating. The opponent will never get to play since Battler will be constantly rotating it. No, it's still my turn. Wait. Just wait, Beatrice. We won't be hiding away, pissing ourselves. That bastard will. Spin the chessboard must sound cooler in Japanese. It's kind of lame in English. Eh? I'll expose you. You'll see. By tomorrow? No, screw tomorrow. They did. That's like my favorite stuff. Yeah. I criticized Keiichi for being stupid. I love Keiichi. He's really good. He is an idiot, but it makes him lovable. And I feel like I'm gonna feel the same way with Battler the more I read this one as well. Tonight. I like empathetic protags in situations like this. The fuck? Battler turned the Sans Undertale strategy and making sure Beatrice never gets a turn. Before tonight's over, I'll be gripping you by the collar. Does that mean I'm lovable? Yes. I'll admit it. I'm not a coward. At any rate, we'll lock this room and leave everything as it is until the police come. No objections, I take it. Objection. Nazi announced it as though she didn't care whether they agreed or not. Has anyone made any progress with the epitaph riddle? I'm trying to remember the epitaph riddle. Like all the details on it. Because I do remember, I think this was the love, the couple in love one. So I wonder what the next one is. Also, thank you for the hats, Clay. Thank you for calling me stupid. No problem. If anyone had a right to object, it would have been George, but he looked as though he'd shed enough tears. George nodded slightly, still facing away from the others. Does that mean I'm hateable? Are you saying you're smart, Leonix? I can prove you wrong. And when he stood up, everyone else agreed too. Nazi still hadn't opened that western envelope of the family head that she picked up. I know it's hard for us to solve it since we have to also know Japanese, yeah. Now that they decided to leave this room, she decided to unseal it in the parlor where everyone could watch. What did he mean by that? My head is full of pebbles. Lovable. As soon as they walked out into the hallway to head back to the parlor, some of them immediately felt something out of place. Or maybe sensed something strange. I mean, your words, not mine. But Elio just said stupid equals lovable, but that doesn't mean smart equals hateable. So really, you just insulted yourself for no reason. Yep. How did they find the corpses? They walked in. But anyway, I think that is gonna be it for Umineko for the night. I wanted to get through the bop and music before ending.